Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. And I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, I'm back crew, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We have tons of fun here on this channel talking about makeup and all things beauty. And before anyone jumps me, okay, I know I'm late, but it's kind of a part of my brand right now to always be late with these videos. I just think it, like, if I was early, you guys would have probably been like, is she okay? Like, is everything all right? So, like, I had to be late, but also, I'm just throwing excuses out there, okay? I was traveling for business, you know? I was in Minnesota doing things and doing stuff, so I couldn't film. I technically could have filmed before that, but also, hold up. The Sephora website crashed. I mean, yesterday was the sale, so I'm filming on Saturday, the second day of the sale for VIB Rouge. So technically, only the Rouge are missing out. The other tiers are still waiting for their portion of the sale, right? And since the website crashed, and it's still crashing right now, let me actually check. It's, yeah, see? It's still crashing right now. So really and truly, I shouldn't be blamed for any of this, all right? I'm justified. I am justified, but we're gonna run with it, okay? I am here to do, of course, as the title says, my Sephora Beauty Insider Sale recommendations. These are the products that I think are worth checking out, worth picking up if you are participating in the sale. Now, am I gonna tell you that you have to shop the sale? These things are like must-haves, you can't miss out. No, it's really up to you, right? I'm not going to yuck your yum. If you enjoy shopping the sale, enjoy it. Is it the best sale around? No, because VIB Rouge, let me grab the little pamphlet. It's not a pamphlet, it's a flyer, okay? So, here's how the sale is broken down. We have VIB Rouge gets 20% off. If you're a Rouge, that means you spend $1,000 a year at Sephora, which is not difficult to do, but it's still a pricey spend, right? For Rouge, the sale started yesterday, October 27th, and it will run until November 6th, right? And then for VIB members, which is a $300 minimum spend, you're gonna get 15% off. A Beauty Insider, which there's no minimum spend for that tier, you can even sign up same day, you will get 10% off. And for you guys, right, for VIB and Insiders, the sale starts on Halloween. So October 31st, which is Tuesday. So technically, I'm early for that portion of the sale, right? And it will run again until November 6th. During the entirety of the sale, though, I think this applies to any Insider. So Insider, VIB, or Rouge, you will get 30% off the Sephora collection. That's for the duration of the sale, right? From October 27th through November 6th. Good? Sounds good? All right, perfect. So, let's go ahead and talk about the products that I would recommend you check out. And there aren't a ton of products this time around. I don't know, I feel like I found a lot of products outside of Sephora this year. I found things from indie brands or even brands that are available at Ulta rather than Sephora itself, right? Exclusively at Sephora. And one thing that I always like to mention during these videos is that there are gonna be friends and family sales and holiday sales for the remainder of the year from the majority of beauty brands, and some of them will match or exceed what Sephora is actually giving us, right? 10% is not a lot if you're just a regular insider. Even 15% is not that much. 20% is where you're really going to hit a sweet spot, but some of these brands will have minimum 20% off. So if you miss the sale, if you don't shop the sale, don't feel bad, because if there's a product that you want, you may be able to get it from the brand for that 20% off, even if you're not a VIB Rouge. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about it. Let me tell you the brands that jump out right away that always have a friends and family holiday sale discount. Pat McGrath, 30%, up to 30% off depending on your spend. Fenty Beauty, oh my God, Fenty Skin, Fenty Beauty, the fragrance, all of that on the Fenty website tends to be like 25% off, and I usually shop for Fenty during that time, even though I picked up something. You know the drill, like don't worry about it, there will be a haul. But the Fenty sale is usually 25% off. Patrick Ta, Makeup by Mario, and like those miscellaneous brands tend to have like a sign up discount of like 10 to 15% as well. And I realized recently that a lot of brands have started doing these random discount codes. Some of them are affiliate discount codes for like 20% off. Hourglass was doing one the other day. It was like a random code that was floating around. You can still probably even get 10% off the Hourglass website. And did you guys realize that Natasha Denona, it will never be a go for me? I don't shop her brand, I don't support. And for those of you who have my back with this and you also don't support her, we're here, right? But I know there are a lot of people that enjoy her brand, and I'm not saying her products suck, I'm just saying, you know. But if you enjoy her brand, did you notice there are like a ton of videos going around talking about how here's an affiliate code for Natasha Denona, you can get 15% off? Like all my faves are doing it, right? And I'm like, oh, you affiliated with Natasha Denona now. Oh, the new Morphe code. Uh-oh, look at that. But like, look, you can get 15% off. All that to say, you're not necessarily missing out on anything if you don't shop this sale, right? There are gonna be sales and discount codes flying around definitely for the rest of the year. It's the holiday season, like that's what they do, like they push sales, right? So don't even worry about it. But if you're like me, you like shopping the sale, like you're not hurting anybody except maybe your bank account. But hey, is it bringing you joy? Then who am I, right? I'm shopping the sale, so let's talk about it. Let's just jump into it because I've yapped enough. I'm gonna start out with fragrance, which is not typical for my channel, but I have to talk to you about these fragrances, all right? Because I've fallen in love with them. They smell so good, and like I picked up a fragrance during the sale. I had the same day delivery, which I canceled my subscription, all right? Because I feel bad because it's just like DoorDash delivers the same day deliveries, but there's no way for you to tip them like through the DoorDash app. So they end up not getting a tip, and then my same day delivery store is like 30 minutes out. I just didn't feel like a good vibe, so I like canceled my subscription. I'll go in store, it's fine. All right, let's talk about the products. I'm here yapping, right? All right, so the first fragrance I'm gonna talk about is from Tom Ford. It is Metalique, okay? I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance. Oh God, it's so good. I picked this up during the spring sale. Let's see if I can tell you the notes. No, the Sephora website is down, girl. I can't even tell you the notes, but let me tell you what it smells like. It's this warm vanilla, almost like a musky scent. It's a little bit subdued. It's not in your face intense. Is it a eau de parfum or is it a, no, this is a vaporizer. So this is toilette, but it is so sexy. It's this sweet fragrance that's not overly sweet. It's a sexy vanilla musk. I love it. I love it so much. It has this light powdery scent to it as well, and it lingers really well. So even though it's not a eau de parfum, it still lingers on the skin. And it's a fragrance that I can tolerate. So I don't love really strong fragrances. Like the Fenty perfume was just too much for me, because even if I'm spraying it on my clothes or I'm spraying it on my skin and then taking a shower, if it lingers too much, especially in my hair, because I'm not washing my hair, right? It's just too much. I can't sleep. It's a thing. This one I can literally sleep in. I want to sleep in it because it smells so good. It's so sexy too. Ooh, and anybody that's been around me when I'm wearing that loves it. All right, the next one, another vanilla fragrance, which I'm realizing that I do like vanilla fragrances, vanilla perfumes, the scents, love them, but not all vanilla, okay? Because if there is some cedar wood or something tobacco in the fragrance as well, it's just too cocaine-y for me. But the Kayali fragrances, I discovered Kayali, like I've heard all the hype, right? But when there's hype, I tend to avoid like trendy, hype, viral products. I'm that person. If it's popular, I'm not getting it. But I went ahead, you know, I got the Discovery set. It's like the little sample sets, and I fell in love with this particular one. So I purchased quite a few of the Kayali fragrances, but my favorite is the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21, okay? It's so good. Again, another vanilla fragrance, but this one is a little bit more floral. So there are like some floral notes to it. Again, I can't tell you what they are. Girl, maybe I can go on Fragrantica. Hold on, yeah, let me do that. All right, so I'm on Fragrantica, so I can tell you what the Tom Ford fragrance notes are. So we have Adelhydes, which I don't know what that is, but there's like this sunshine, vibrant sky looking picture to it to denote it. I don't know what that means. Pink pepper, bergamot, heliotrope, hawthorn, lily of the valley, vanilla, ambrette, which is a musk mallow, Peru balsam, and sandalwood. So the sandalwood gives it that sexy fragrance to me. If there's a wood in it, it's kind of sexy to go with that musk and vanilla, which is what really lingers. Those are the base notes, right? And it just gives it this sexy smell. So I definitely love that. And then the Kayali, let's see what these notes are. So this one we have coconut milk, honeysuckle, pear blossom, Italian lemon, tuberose gardenia, jasmine, sambac, ambrette, which is the musk mallow, bourbon vanilla, sandalwood musk, and patchouli. Similar notes to the Tom Ford, but like I said, there's something a little bit more floral to it, which are those middle notes. But it's, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It's a little bit more intense than the Tom Ford, but I layer them. I'm a fragrance layerer, okay? Let me tell you something, all right? Layering a fragrance will give this complexity to the scent that people will say is uniquely yours. They don't even know what you're wearing, because you can tell them what you're wearing, but like you combined it just so, and now it's your signature fragrance. And I love layering fragrances. And this Kayali, woo! If I layer this with like a light linen scent, forget about it. Cotton, done. It's over for you. And here is the next fragrance, all right? So this is from Dead Cool. Oh my god. So this one caught me in store. I got the travel size because it's expensive, right? Let's be fair. These are expensive. But it caught me in store. I sprayed it on my arm. Walk around the store, which is what I tend to do because fragrances can go 0 to 100 real quick. And I can smell like I've been outside rolling around with goats, okay? I can smell real funky real quick. So I make sure that I spritz fragrances on my skin and walk around for at least 15 minutes before I decide I like it. All right, so with this one, we have, ooh, that's it. White musk, amber, and bergamot. So you see a trend here for me. I like amber and apparently I like vanilla. So this one, the main accords are musky, amber, powdery, and animal. What? Animalic? What I mean? What I mean? I smell like an animal? So this is essentially a layering fragrance. That's what it is marketed as, right? This is the scent milk. So it's genderless and vegan, blah, blah, blah. It's Eau de Parfum. Be careful with this one. This one is oily. So if you get it on your clothes, it's going to leave an oily mark behind, right? I realized that late, okay? So don't spritz this on your clothes. Spritz it on your skin. Directly rub it in before you go in with your other fragrances, but don't put this on your clothes. So this is a layering fragrance, like I said, and I'm into layering. So I tend to incorporate this with all my fragrances. It just amps them up just to the nth degree, and I love that. I didn't realize that there were actual fragrances in the market that are intended to be layered. Like, it's clearly a layering fragrance, and I love that. It gives this kind of base layer to your fragrances that just, I mean, it amplifies them and it makes them smell so good. And I think because this one has that amber, powdery, kind of milky vibe, because it's milk, right? It just vibes with all my fragrances, the ones that I love to wear. So I'm absolutely in love with that. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about the makeup, which I don't have a ton. So I have this box. It's not a lot, all right? My little basket. All right, let's talk about foundation. Shall we start from the top, go down? So for the foundations, I have five. It's 5. It's a lot. The first one I'm going to recommend is the one that everybody can benefit from the discount. 30% off, Sephora Best Skin Ever. Don't play with me, okay? This is a fantastic foundation. It is great for beginners. It is great for oily skin. I think it's also good for normal, even dry skin. Just make sure you hydrate beforehand, but I love this, and they have such a great shade range too. I'm 35N for reference. It's long wearing, it has a natural matte finish, It is beautiful on the skin, easy to blend out. Absolutely love this. 30% off. I think it's $20, so you're getting it for a drugstore price, all right? Definitely highly recommend. And let's toss in the skin tints, all right? So we have a Micole Skin Enhancing Tint. I have medium 1 here. The thing about this one is there is a very, very limited shade range, but if you can find your shade in this, it's an excellent skin tint. It's just a light coverage product, right? Feels very comfortable on the skin. It gives a natural finish and it just evens out your skin. So it's great for everyday wear, but again, limited shade range. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's a black owned brand. So Micole all the way. All right, another skin tint, another black owned brand. So this is the Nessa Myricks Beauty, the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I thought I was going to hate this so much because her Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, absolutely detested it. I decluttered it, hated it. And then she released this and I was like, all right, it's a skin tint. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to give Auntie Danessa a chance, all right? Or good sis, we're going to try it out. I am willing to try out the majority of the releases from Danessa Myricks because black owned brand, I'm supporting my people. Plus I met her in person at the makeup show in New York and she was a darling, a sweetheart. She's a little woo. She's a little woo. Yeah, she's a little bit into like the essence of the universe and manifest all these positive thoughts and that's not me. I'm cynical as hell. I'm a Capricorn. Like, don't even. Okay, I'm an engineer. Like, logical and pragmatic is how I approach things. Anyway, this Yummy Skin Tint. Oh my god, it's so good. So the shade I have is number 11 if you use me as a shade match. I love this. I thought this was gonna be extra glowy because that's the kind of theming around Danessa Myricks' skin products, like her complexion products. Oh my god, everything about the complexion products from Danessa Myricks is glowy and dewy and just hydrated. She loves a glowy look. I hate that with a passion of 1,000 suns. So I thought I was gonna hate this, right? But I was pleasantly surprised because the finish is more of a natural finish. It's almost bordering on natural matte. Not to dissuade you if you have dry skin, but if you have oily skin, it's not as glowy as I really expected. And for somebody who doesn't like a glowy skin, like, you don't see any glow on my skin, right? We don't do glow and shine over here. No, we don't play that game. This actually worked out really well and it looks good on the skin. And the more I use it, the more I fall in love. And I had to add this on my list. This is so good. Get it. Get it. Absolutely love it. But another black owned. Is there a theme here? I didn't plan this out, guys. For real, but Fenty Beauty. Listen, Rihanna doesn't need her money. She's a billionaire. I'm not worried about Rihanna. But Fenty, oh my god. Low-key, Fenty has been falling off a little bit lately, but I'm not counting them out because they have some bangers in that line, all right? And they do a great skin tone range, so I'm all about it. So we have their Ease Drop Blur Plus Smooth Tint Stick. This is the stick version of their Ease Drop skin tint, which I love, okay? So if you wanted to get that also, excellent, excellent. I am shade 16 in that one, and I am the matching shade in the stick. This is newer though to the line, and I'm so in love with it. It is so good. It is really buttery without being too emollient, too greasy. It gives this beautiful finish to the skin. It's almost like a silicone smoothing effect. It does smooth and blur. It looks immaculate. It looks gorgeous. It's not glowy or greasy though, and I'm absolutely in love with it. My mom's calling me, which means she finished cooking. But this is so good. And one thing I want to note is that when you twist this up and it comes up to just that part and you're like, that's not a lot of product, you can keep twisting. So once you get down to the little plastic insert, keep twisting because you can use up all the product. And Fenty Beauty kind of made sure to say that because if you keep twisting the product, I'm not gonna do it right now because that's gonna mess up my product because I gotta push it back in. But if you keep twisting, there's more product and you can use all of it up. So love this stick. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't get over it. All right, I'm gonna say it again. My Gucci Eternité de Beauté 24-hour wear breathable foundation luminous matte finish. I've fallen in love with quite a few foundations this year. Givenchy is a good recommendation, all right? And also Guerlain. But the Guerlain one that I fell in love with is not available on Sephora. It's the Paru de Gold, whatever. And then I mix it in. That's what I'm wearing right now. I love it, okay? I don't know what it is about this foundation. It's just so fantastic. Anyway, since that's not available on the Sephora website, the Gucci one, if you wanted to go high-end luxury, try Gucci, okay? And Gucci doesn't do sales on their own website, really, truly. So you want to go ahead and grab this from Sephora while you can at a discount. Also, the primer for this, the matching primer, I've recommended it before. If you wanted to get the matching primer, it's a go because this is fantastic. Love, love, love that foundation. All right, we've done foundation. Let's talk about concealers. And I have a couple here. Yeah, let's grab the Sephora Best Skin Ever one because I'm gonna recommend it. Again, 30% off. Get it while you can at that discount. 35N is my shade. I love this concealer. Great coverage. It's full coverage, medium to full coverage. It blends out so beautifully. I've used this concealer as like an all over foundation. If I just want to have like, you know, something to even out my skin, something quick, I'll use this all over. Good coverage, blends out nicely, great finish under the eyes. And then the Kosas. I'm gonna always recommend the Kosas concealer because it is a fantastic concealer. My shade is 8.10, which is olive yellow, I believe. I love this. I love it. I love it. It's such a beautiful concealer. It covers really well, but it's more of a like a skin tone finish, so there's a little glow behind, but you can set it down and it doesn't get cakey. I love a concealer that interacts well with powder because I'm always going to powder my skin, and this just works well. It also works well all over the skin, but again, it has more of a natural glow to it. Not a shiny, dewy finish, but it's a little bit more on the natural side. A newer one, Givenchy, high-end. Listen, Linda. Okay, this is shade N385, and I am in love with this concealer. I like the foundation, like I said. The Prism Libre foundation, I do recommend as well. It's really great. If you were curious, if you wanted to try it out, definitely recommend it. It's not like my top, but it is a good one. But the concealer, I'm going to definitely have to have on my list. Like, come on, this is a really good concealer. I love the applicator, and you get a ton of product in this. It's not a small tube, so even though the price may hit you, you'll be like, that price is way too high. Listen, girl, this is 6 milliliters. This guy is 11 milliliters. Almost double the size, right? And it's pricier, yes, but you're getting like a lot of product. So it kind of balances out because if you double the price of this, it's gonna be pricier than just buying this. So don't even balk at the price. I know it sounds awful, but it's a good concealer. I really love it. That one has a very natural matte finish. Beautiful coverage. Again, I can use it all over, and it has a great shade range. I have a great shade match in this, and go lighter than you think. Because I thought I was darker than this. I think I went for like the 400 range in this. No, I needed to go 300, which is the medium range. So it has a good shade range, and go lighter than you think because, you know, whatever. If you can swatch it in store, that's probably your best bet. And then the last concealer I'm gonna mention is from Haus Labs. This is one of the newer launches that I tried out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I haven't heard too much about this concealer, but I'm going to put my 2 cents in and say this concealer is really great. So I have shade 40 medium deep golden, and I also have, what's my other shade in this? 34 medium golden. I love this concealer. It's really nice. It's more of a hydrating concealer. There are skincare ingredients in this. It has a beautiful finish and beautiful coverage. It's not heavy duty coverage though, so it's not gonna blank out your skin, but it feels so good going on, and it blends out so effortlessly, so easily. When I tried it out for the first time and I applied it and I went swipe with my brush, it just blended out, and I was just like, what happened here? Like, how did it do that? I don't know, but it's a really good concealer. So absolutely love that concealer. All right, let's talk about powders. I think I have a couple. Well, a couple. All right, so I have my Kosas powder. I'm gonna always recommend this. I think dry skin, normal skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, everybody can enjoy this powder. It's not necessarily a full-on setting powder, even though that's how I use it. I set my makeup with it. It's what I'm wearing right now. And it never fails me. Like, it looks good. And I've heard so many dry skin girlies online here on YouTube say they love it too. So it's almost like a powder that's universal for everybody. The formulation, not the shade range, but the formulation. And my shade in this is Pillowy. The other shade, Softly, is a little bit too rich for me, but Pillowy, oh my God. Now, it looks nasty, okay? Once you hit this powder with moisture from your foundation, it's gonna look gunky and greasy and nasty. But let me tell you something. I love this powder. I ordered a backup because I love it so much. And I know I'm gonna run through it. I already ran through one. Yeah, it's in my empties. And I don't finish makeup very often. So for me to run through one of these, you know it's love. So absolutely in love with that. All right, one size. I don't know how I feel about Patrick Starr, but let me tell you about his powder. And since he did his collaboration with MAC and people raved about this powder, it made sense that his line would have a powder that people should rave about too. And they expanded the range, so there's a pink one now and this honey one that I'm going to talk about, Sweet Honey. So the original one, which is just the translucent, works for me. Okay, I use it under the eyes, but I prefer this shade now. And I got it in the full size. Again, it's Sweet Honey. This will last you forever. I have not gone through this powder. Even the mini size, because I have the little travel size in the original, I can't even go through that. I use that on all my trips. I've had it for a couple years now, and there's barely a dent in the amount of product. So you'll never go through this. One and done. You don't even got to get an extra, okay? This powder works so well under the eyes. If you like a more matte finish to your skin, if you like glowy, don't go for this, okay? If you like a more matte finish, this is for you, okay? It mattifies so well. You can use it all over the face, but I use it primarily under my eyes. But with this new shade, I can actually use it on my face, like all over, for that matte finish. Now, I don't do that a lot because it is blurring and smoothing. It is gonna look like a filter on your face. It does. I don't know how he does it. I feel like the Kosas gives you this filtered look too, because my skin looks so smooth, right? With the Kosas, but with the Kosas, I feel like it's more natural looking, right? This one size powder is almost artificial. It looks so perfect on your skin. It's just like, is that real? Like, you're gonna know I'm wearing makeup because I look so flawless. Not because I look cakey, but because I look so flawless. But if you're going out for the night and say you need your makeup to stay locked in place, this is the powder I would recommend. And since my AC just kicked on, I'm gonna go ahead and call my mother back, and then we will resume with the rest of the products. All right, I'm back. So now we have the complexion products out of the way. We have our base makeup. Let's talk about the accessories, all right? The accoutrement. Let's talk about blush, bronzer, highlight, all of that. All right, blush. Let me tell you, this year has been the year for blushes, and I have some favorites that I must mention. I must, okay? I have to. Okay, starting out with Dior. Ciao. So these are the Dior Rosy Glow blushes. And I am so happy that this product went viral. So they were kind of forced, marketing-wise, to expand the range, to expand the line, because it only makes sense to capitalize on being viral, right? So the original shade, they only had one shade. It was the Rosy Outlook, whatever, the pink shade. That's not for us. That is not for us at all. I could not participate, okay? I mean, I could. I would just look kind of, you know, pastel and kind of ashy. But, as I said, they expanded the line and they added some phenomenal shades that I fell in love with. These are so good. And you know what's really good about them? They last on my oily skin, which is something that I found is a struggle for me. I will have blushes disappear on my cheeks within 10-15 minutes, all right? Quickly, they just disappear. My cheeks eat blush, and I know quite a few of us have that issue, especially if you have oily skin. Your skin will just absorb the blush. For some reason, there's no color left behind. You don't know where it went. But these, actually stay on my skin really well. So I have the shade, the one that I just applied was Rosewood, number 12. This is like an everyday blush. It's so good. And you don't need a lot, right? You can build it up if you want to, but if you're just going for that subtle little, you know what I mean? Like, you're not a heavy blushy girl. Like, this is so good. I love it so much. And then the other color, can we talk about it? Is Cherry. It's a little bit intimidating. You might be like, that's a neon red. What am I doing with that? Let me tell you what you're doing with it. You're going to apply it to your cheeks and have a good time, all right? Because it is fantastic. It is not as in your face as you see it in the pan, right? You may be like, what the hell? Apply it to the cheeks. Pop it on. You'll be fine. You can build it up so it gets like really punchy. But let me show you. You can apply it really lightly, right? Get your little color. It's like an amped up version of the Rosewood, right? You see? Like, it's not overwhelming at all. You can bump it up. Yeah, build it up. But, oh my God, it's so good. I love these blushes so much. And like, the biggest selling point for me is that they're long lasting. And that's what I need on my oily skin. Again, my skin eats blush. And I love how travel friendly they are too, because I travel with these a lot. They're slim, they're sleek, easy to travel with. Absolutely in love. All right, the next blushes that I fell in love with are from Armani Beauty. All right, so I already love their cream blushes. I know they have since discontinued quite a few shades of this. So this is from their Neo Nude line. It's their Melting Color Balms for cheeks and eyes. This color was what, $45. It's a cream to powder blush. So in love with these. If you can find these, absolutely yes. These are so good. And again, they last on my cheeks and they're great for layering as well. But what they did do is come out with blushes. I told you it's the year of the blush, right? And they have a set. There's a set right now, a duo set. I will link it down below of, I think, maybe even these two shades, right? So I have 30 and 51. A peachy shade and then a more pinky shade. These are so good. And this one is more rosy, not like a pastel pink. Number 30 though is my favorite. It's so good. Again, last on my cheeks. They're really pretty. They're not as punchy as the Dior blushes. They're a little bit more subdued, but the colors are stunning and they work really well on the cheeks. They're punchy, but you can share them out. So if you have a lighter skin tone, don't be scared of them, right? The Dior and the Giorgio Armani or Armani Beauty blushes, you can, you know, tame them a bit. The next line I fell in love with, Haus Labs. How you know? Haus Labs, they released this line of blushes in, was it earlier this year? Was it spring? And I reached out to them, right? Trying to get them to send these to me. And I couldn't wait. I didn't hear back from them in like a couple of days and I was like, all right, screw it, I'm getting all of them. These are pricey. They're $45 a pop. So I know why people would hesitate to grab these, but the colors are so good. And I have the same feeling about these. They just look good on the cheeks. This one is Pomelo Peach. This peachy color, I feel like this would be a universal color. As much as I thought this color would be too light for me, all of the shades work for me. Even the lightest shades still show up on my skin. I've just layered a ton of blush, but these are so good. Try one out. Try one out. And the packaging, I mean, I love the packaging. It's so stunning. But Haus Labs is like low-key kind of pricey. I'm like, girl, what we doing? Haus Labs, love those though. And then I have another, ooh, here's another Armani shade. Which color is this? Oh, this is a deeper red one. This is 40. But try to get the duo. The duo, I think, has two of their best-selling shades. So if you can get that duo, plus get the discount on them, because they're already discount, it's a win-win, all right? And then I have to mention again, Danessa Myricks. When I put it, Lord, oh, see it here. Oh, here's some. These little cream blushes, the Yummy Skin Upsolite blushes. Whatever these little blushes are called, fantastic. The Sephora side is still down, by the way, so I can't even reference them, but oh my God, these are so good. But I'll warn you right now, if you have lighter skin tone and you're not a punchy blush person, kind of, there's a learning curve because they're intense, okay? and they're a little bit difficult to control if you don't use a very, very light hand. This warning is only if you have pale or light skin, all right? Don't worry about it if you're medium tan or deeper, because these are our dream blushes because they have the pigment, the punch, the color that we're looking for. The shade I have here is Jubilee. It's one of the more wearable shades from the collection. I love these, and they apply beautifully on the skin. They're smooth and they have the color that hangs around, right? So this is initially the color I was wearing on my cheeks before I did all the layering of all the things. This is the color I was wearing. So you see how natural it was. And I don't find it to be an issue for me to control the color. I've just seen lighter, paler skin try these out and it goes 0 to 100 real quick, right? They have clown cheeks so quick. But for us, right, if you have melanin, girl, let me tell you, yes, these are so good. So absolutely love these blushes as well. That's my cream blush recommendation. Let's talk about bronzer. I only have one. Yeah, I only have one. It's the House Labs one. I fell in love with this bronzer. I love it so much. Shade is Deep Level 9. I think I got another shade too, right? Yeah, I think I got 10 as well. I love these powders from House Labs. I can't wait till they release a pressed powder because they're gonna have the same formula, right? So the blushes, their highlighters, and their bronzer. Love these. I'm waiting with bated breath for that pressed powder. But the bronzer is one of my favorites. The cream bronzer that I've fallen in love with is from Juvia's Place. So that's, you know, Ulta, drugstore, Juvia's Place website. But the powder one is House Labs. Hands down, favorite bronzer. It's my most used. Love it so much. All right, let's talk about highlighters. Okay, House Labs. Gotta mention it again. I know it's like ridiculous, but look at this packaging too, right? Silver for the blush, this opalescent white for the highlighters, and this caramel bronzy copper for the bronzer. So lovely. So the highlight that I recommend, it's a specific shade. It's Golden Pyrite. I think this shade is so stunning. It's such a stunning formula. It's really nice. But the thing about these highlighters is that they have different levels of glitter depending on the shade, right? Now, I love all the shades. They're beautiful, and they have like a really rich, like almost like a berry shade. It's so stunning. But again, different levels of shimmer. This particular shade, Golden Pyrite, is the most subtle of them that I found, and I really like it. It's just this beautiful lit from within glow, right? You know I don't love highlighters. So when I say I like a highlighter, that means it's very subtle and it looks beautiful on the skin. It looks like my skin, just with a little added sheen. Some light, you know, nothing crazy. And the color blends in really well with my complexion. So that's why I really love it even more. Not sparkly, not glittery, but some of the other shades are. So Golden Pyrite specifically is the one that I recommend. Then we have, who is this? Give by Gwen Stefani, all right? Give by Gwen Stefani, really, Tina? Yeah. This highlight, I went back and forth with this highlight so much. I wasn't gonna get it, then I was like, no, I want it. I swatched it in stores so many times, and I just went back and forth until I was like, shut up, Tina, just go get it. So this is the shade, well, this is Check My Glow Multi-Dimensional Illuminating Highlighter. The shade I have is Carrot Country. All the shades are pretty, but this is the one that suits me. The other ones are gonna be too light, you know, too ashy looking. Because if I put them on, they're gonna look stark, they're gonna look silver. But this one is like this golden bronze, right? But it's not too, so there are tiles in it. So you have lighter shades, deeper shades, but like mix them all together. It's this beautiful tan highlighter that again blends in with my skin, but gives that glow on the cheeks that I mess with. It's so good, and it blends so nicely on the skin. What I like about it again is that it looks seamless. It's not stark. There's no glitter in it, no chunky particles. Really like it, and it's a good time to get a discount on it because, you know, kind of pricey. All right, another highlighter that I'm gonna mention is a liquid one. So this is from Rare Beauty, and they're sets from Rare Beauty. They're liquid blushes, blah, 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 right? I bought the set that they had with the 2 little mini blushes and highlighter. Hated those blushes so much. They're not for us. They're not for you if you have melanin in your skin. Girl, they're not going to show up at all. But the thing I discovered from that set is the highlighter. So I never picked up any of the highlighters because I didn't see the point. But I tried this shade out. This is the shade, what is it? Transcend. This is a rose gold. Let me tell you right now, it's stunning. Now, you don't want to do too much, right? But again, it gives this very natural glow on the skin. And because it's a liquid, I feel like you can use it on top of your foundation, you know, as a highlight. Or you can use it under your foundation as a highlight, right? But it will be more of a base and it will give this natural glow to the skin. That's very subtle. It doesn't even look like highlight. Now it just looks like my skin is glowing, right? And remember, I've layered this over powder and it looks so good. It's not stark and it blends well with complexion products. So if you wanted that real lit from within glow, that doesn't look like a powder highlight, like it doesn't look like it's on top of your skin, this is probably your best bet. I love it. I love it so, so much. It looks so good and it's so subtle. I really love this. And you're getting like a gigantic bottle of this, you know? I really love it. It's so good. I love it. All right. The other highlighter. Okay, this one is a controversial one, but I'm going to mention it. You know, I'm going to be the only one that mentions this as something to get. Everybody hates this product, okay? I have to be, what am I, the rebel? Yeah, I have to be the rebel. So this is the Kosas Glow IV Vitamin Infused Skin Enhancer. When I tell you this has the worst reviews I've ever heard from a liquid highlighter, I can't, okay? Everybody that reviews this hates it. And you know what? I'm gonna defend it. I'm gonna defend it. It's nice. The shade is the problem though, because I swatched these in store. The lighter shades are exactly what people say they are. They're glitter bombs, like chunky, flaky glitter bombs, okay? They look terrible. They look terrible. I will admit that's true. Absolutely true, but I don't need the lighter shades. I don't need those. Those are gonna look like, you know, Cullen, like I'm gonna look glittery and sparkly. So I'm gonna go with the deeper shades, right? So this one is Recharge, which is Sheer Deep Tan. This, it's the shade. I'm telling you, it's the shade. It's not the, it's not anything else but the shade. This one is stunning. You remember I said, the glow, like look, there's no glitter. I'm not lying to you. There's no glitter in this one. It's simply a tan glow. Imagine that on my cheeks. Okay? Come on now. Come on. Look. It's like a tan. It's like a complexion product, right? But with a focused, targeted glow. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I'm defending this product because I stinking love it. You know what I'm gonna say? I fucking love it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm sorry to all of those that experience the shades that give you the stupid glitter particles all over your face. But this one, yes, and I have the deeper shade too, but that's a little bit too tan. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit rich. But I'm telling you right now, Recharge is the way to go. The deeper shades don't sparkle. They just glow. And that one, I'm gonna be the only defender, okay? Yes, yes, Kosas. All right, let me keep going, all right? So, oh, I didn't even mention my skincare. I'll mention them after because we're pretty much done now. Let's talk about face palette, Hourglass. I know, people complain about Hourglass and their shade range, but I'm gonna kind of defend them because I like this palette. And the last one from last year, oh God, I loved it too. I'm doing too much with blush. I'm doing way too much. I still gotta balance it out. So this one is the Snake palette, but I have it in the Leopard palette, you know? but this is the Color Story 3, the Deepest Color Story, which is technically supposed to be in the Snake palette. Did I confuse you? The point is, the colors in this, you get 5 new shades. 5 new shades, and these blushes, sexy as all get out. The highlight shade, sexy on tan to even deeper skin. And I know this, Tony T, you know, Tony reached out to me. She's like, girl, let me tell you something. Okay, I picked it up and I picked the brush up, girl. I picked the brush up because I'm trying to get my rich auntie vibe on. And yes, she did. She sent me pictures. She used the palette and she was like, girl, you were right. This looks so good. And I'm like, right? Now you look elegant and sophisticated. You look good. The skin just looks good. And another thing that I realized is that people didn't know truly what the ambient lighting palettes and powders were supposed to do. Like, what is the result I'm looking for? You're looking for an elevated look to your skin. You're looking for a beautiful lighted finish. It's not supposed to set your makeup. It's supposed to finish it. It's supposed to add glow and dimension. So the blushes, sexy, like I said. The highlight, good. The little the bronzy shade, she works too. But the bronzer shade, is it even supposed, let me see. Bronzer, yeah, so this is a bronzer, but the bronzer shade in the palette from last year, that was actually a finishing powder. So it's meant for deeper skin, but the bronzer kind of has a satin finish. So if you have a richer skin tone than me, I'm using it as a bronzer, like a contour. You can use that all over the face as like a finishing buffing powder because it will match your complexion. You can also use it as a highlighter. So it's not like you have to use them a certain way. Depending on your complexion, you're gonna adjust, right? Pivot, do what you need to do. But these powders, so good. The finishing powder, you can use this. For me, it's more like a highlighting powder. I wouldn't use this necessarily as a all over powder, but look at this. I'm gonna apply it to the center of my forehead. You see, it's very subtle, okay? Don't expect it to be in your face, but it now adds this lighted effect to the center of my forehead. All right, let me put a little on my chin so you see what I'm saying, right? It adds this lighted effect and you just dust it over your skin very lightly. Again, it's meant to finish your skin. And Mel Thompson will be the one to tell you to buff. And she would use these powders to buff. They're buffing finishing powders. Love this palette. Get you one, okay? 20% off. Yes, get you one. All right. Well, let's do eyes. So I have only one palette I'm gonna recommend. I have tried quite a few palettes, quite a few eyeshadows, but the one that I will recommend is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. This is a sexy beast. I love this. This is so good. Hands down, love it. The one that I am going to pick up once it releases is the Huda Beauty, that new palette. What's it called? Pretty Grunge. I'm going to pick that up. So that's on my wish list. I will be getting that. That's a grungy palette. It's gray tone, which gray seems to be like silver taupey grays. It's the cool tone vibe of the season because Natasha Denona released her palette that's called something. It's gray and silver. It looks like a grayscale photo. It looks stupid. That's stupid. You can skip that. Dior also released like a silver palette. A silver... Where is it? Let me see. Okay. Because I did just use this palette. So this, you know what? I recommend this too. Let me recommend it as well. So this is the Dior Backstage Eye Palettes. I love these. I absolutely love them. I recommend anyone that suits your fancy. This is a new one. This is Copper Essentials. And I used it for some of the eyeshadow on my eyes right now. And I love it. It's a good little palette. If you can swatch this in store, great. Try it out. But any one of these will do. But they released a silver version, which is kind of why I thought about it. But there's this silver version. I'm not getting that. But silver, smoky palettes, cool tone palettes seem to be a vibe. I'm getting that Huda Beauty one. All that to say that. I would have recommended the Guerlain Undress Brown palette. But this one isn't sold on the Sephora website. I checked before it crashed. I checked. They don't have this one. They have the other palettes, but this is the one that I would recommend. All right, let's run through skincare really quickly, and then we'll finish up with some lips. So I have my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Oil-Free Gel Cream. Kiehl's, get this on sale. This is, my eyeshadow is really pretty right now, but get this on sale. It's a good gel cream. If you have oily skin, this is like perfection. It's such a good gel cream. I love this. Skincare, yeah, top notch. And then also the Lancome Hydra Zen Cream. No, it's not cream gel. It's gel cream Hydra Anti-Stress. Anti-Stress Moisturizing Cream Gel. Oh my god. This is so good. It lays really well on their makeup too. And I love the smell of it. It's just like this signature old school skincare fragrance. I love it so much. So these two moisturizers have been like my favorites. I've tried quite a few. I love a light gel cream moisturizer, but these two are like my top ones. And then the Glow Recipe Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum. I love this. And you know what else I love? The little blur drops. But people complain about this. They're like, it's not doing what they say it's doing. I like it. I don't care. But the one I would recommend is the Peptide Firming Serum. Ooh, child. Talking too much, too long. So this is the Firming Serum. Love this. This sits well on their makeup. It doesn't make my skin feel greasy. And I don't know that it's actually doing anything skincare wise, but I love the experience. I think it feels good on the skin and it feels good under makeup. So I really love this as well. I am picking up their Blueberry Face Wash. So I don't have like a ton of things on my wish list. Anything that I pick up is kind of going to be spur of the moment, like it tickles my fancy. The Huda Beauty palette is on my wish list, and that Glow Recipe Blueberry Face Wash, just because I really want them. All right. Oh, mascara. I didn't cover these for eyes. So Amico Lay, their mascara, I love it. It's what I'm wearing right now, but I have lashes on. Top notch, love this, always will recommend it. It's one that I travel with, I love it. But another one that I recently fell in love with is the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. This is so good. It is really, my lashes are beautiful. Whatever. The One Coat Wow. This is really good. If you want intense, bold lashes, get this. If you want more subtle lashes that are still kind of, you can build it up to intensity, Amico Lay. But if you want wow and like boom, intensity, black lashes, volume, length I don't worry about because I have long lashes, but volume, boom, this One Coat Wow from Huda Beauty. Loving it. All right, let's wrap up with, another Sephora thing I didn't mention again. This is the Sephora Boost and Lock Eyeshadow Primer. Get this. Don't talk to me about anything else. Get this. I'm not even asking questions. Eyeshadow primer, you need it. You can use it on your brows. You can use it on your eyelids. I don't know how people freeball like just raw dog eyeshadow looks. I don't understand it. You just go in bare. I don't know. You need a primer. Get a primer. And this Sephora one, 30% off, and I think it's like $10 or $12. So you're getting it at a good price point, and it works so well. It's multifunctional. Get it. Don't get it. Stop it. All right, lips. Let's talk about it. So, Summer Fridays, these lip butter balms. I'm going to recommend them. I have the singles. I have the minis. I have the new trio set. So, you have so many ways to buy these, all right? I picked up the mint one, which is the green one. That's a clear. But there are different scents, different flavors, different shades that are tinted versus clear. So get whatever you fancy. My favorite shade is, what is it? Is the Vanilla Beige? I think that's what it's called. Vanilla Beige is probably my, no. Here it is. My favorite shade is the Vanilla Beige. Well, I was right. So Vanilla Beige is my favorite shade. But they added this new one that I'm very pissed that it's only available in the set, which is the only reason I got the set, because I already have the cherry one, and then for the mini I have the vanilla. So I didn't really need the set because 2 of the shades out of the 3 I didn't need, but this shade I had to get. This one is iced coffee. It is like a coffee brown shade. It's not like a rich brown, and it smells like coffee. It smells like iced coffee. It's like a butterscotch caramel coffee. It smells so flippin' good. I needed to get it. I needed to get it. Do the other ones have scents? I feel like, yeah, there's like a sweet scent, but it's not like really pronounced. Does the cherry one have, this one is cherry. Does it smell like cherry? Yeah, it does. Oh my God, I didn't know they all had a little scent to them. Let me find out. But love these so much. They're so good. And like I said, there's like a mini set where you can get like a bunch of the mini shades, and I'm gonna travel with these. This is like perfect for me. Okay, and then what else do we have? Oh, lip oils. Oh my God, Amico Lay is another one that I picked up another set because they have this trio again with 2 shades that I don't have, 1 that I already have, but that's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna give the extra ones away. So I have the original shade, which is, it doesn't say, but it's the brown one. This is so good. It's so good. And then I have Bliss. Yeah, Bliss is the pinky one. This is so good too. And then the red one is Smitten. My niece took my Smitten shade. She got red gloss all over. She looked crazy, child. Amico Lay lip oils, fantastic. They're kind of like this really glossy lip oil. So they're nourishing, but they're not drying, and they're not like a lip gloss. So they're not sticky. They're lightweight. They feel so good. And then the Clarins lip oil. Do not play with me. Get you one of these. Get you one of these. Oh my God, my favorite one, I can't choose because I really love this one, which is Chocolate 09. It's so chocolatey and sexy. This with a little bit of a lip liner, darker lip liner. Stop! Oh my God. And then this one I love. Oh, I love a little orangey situation. So this one is Apricot. Stop it. And then of course I had to get honey, because who doesn't want honey? It doesn't smell like honey though. You know what was disappointing? Don't get, they have this candy sweet smell to them. You know the little strawberry candies? You know the ones, the old school strawberry candies. That's what they smell like. The Gisou or Jisoo honey lip oil, nasty. Don't get that. That's so nasty. Hate that. And then Yves Saint Laurent. These volupte shines, the candy glazes, all the little rouge volupte situations in this packaging. Get you one. Get you one. This is shade number 3. This is my favorite shade from them. Oh, I have something on already. But these are so fantastic. Get you one. Get you a bougie little YSL situation. They have lip balms. They have the candy glazes. Like I said, they've added new shades. They're fantastic. Get you one. They're so good. I've always been in love with them. And what I'm wearing right now, I'm going to recommend as well. Fenty. Fenty. So these are, what are they called? The Fenty Beauty Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. I told you, I'm so in love with these. The original shades. Oh my God. I fell so deep in love with HBIC, which is a red. And then we have, which one is this one? Breadwinner, which is like a dark brown. And then when the next one, the Bad Girl Riri one. Boy, Murder Police, the MVP. This is what she wore at the Super Bowl. And I was immediately like, give me it right now. That red, this red, envy. Whoo! The red, pretty, you can't, it pretty subtle. And I was waiting with bated breath, like, is she going to expand the shade range? Are there gonna be more? I want more, I want more, I want more. And I'm going to the people I'm storing now. I'm going to the store now. I'm gonna go walk out now. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna walk past the Fenty end cap, you know, up on the end. I'm gonna say, girl, I want more over here. So I think I did only 2 shades, no, 4 shades them did have. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting worked up. So, needless to say, there's a shade expansion and there are tons of new shades. The shade I'm wearing right now, shut your mouth. This is number 11. Is it 11? What is the shade? Number 11. Now which shade? Lord of God, I can't even tell the people about which shade. Girl, me nearly lost it. Yes, 11. Wicked Wine. Give them a Wicked Wine. Yes. And not wine like, you know, drinking wine. It's WHINE. Fuck it up. This is such a good vampy shade. And let me tell you how comfortable these are. Comfortable. Matte. Full pigmentation. One swipe. They're velvety. You want a velvety matte liquid lipstick that's non-drying, that sets down. Look how good my skin looks. Fuck it up. This is so good. It's so good. It's so good. I was so happy. Oh my god. I could have waited for the Fenty sale to get the 25% off, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I wanted it right away. Like, you wasn't going to stop me, so I got it right away. And then, let me wrap up before I get overheated. Child, this little Makeup Forever set. This is the Limitless Liner set. So, I recommend these liners from Makeup Forever, right? They have the full-size ones. These are all over liners, so you can use them on your eyes, face, lips, which is really just eyes and lips you're gonna use them on, right? So they're multifunctional, but for the lips, let me tell you, all right? The browns in this little set, so good. So we have Whatever Black, which is an eyeliner, All Around White, which is a white, again, for your eyes. Then you have Anywhere Caffeine, Wherever Walnut, and Limitless Brown. Those are like the 3 perfect shades for a nude lip. Oh my god. But if you just wanted to get one shade, like, get your perfect shade. But if you wanted to get this little set, I think this Limitless set is so amazing. Is that what it's called? Limitless Liner set. So amazing, top notch. Let me mention 3 brushes before I wrap it up. So the Found Sealer brush from, is that what it's called? Found Sealer, right? Yeah, Found Sealer brush from Tarte. This is my perfect foundation brush. Absolutely love it. I've been using it nonstop. Love it. We also have the Rare Beauty foundation brush. This is great for concealer as well as foundation, but I use it a lot for under the eyes for concealer. Love that. And then a powder brush that I have been traveling with. I love it. This is the Say powder brush. I use it. Speaking of, I need to check what other brushes they have, because I thought, yeah, I wanted to check them out. So this brush is so good for powder in the face. It's like a little buffer brush, right? Presses the powder in so you can set your makeup. It has a longer handle than my usual Kabuki brush from Smashbox that I love as well, right? I love this, but if you wanted like a longer handle, this one is a great one. And that's it. That is everything. I mentioned a couple of things that I have my eyes on, but I'm going to do a haul video, and I will probably try to do, you know what? I don't know when they're coming though, so I can't do a haul. Maybe I'll do 2 videos. So I will do the products that I just picked up so you can see them before the sale ends in case you want to pick them up as well. And then I'll do a follow-up video when my order gets delivered, which may be delayed because, you know, shipping times with all the, I mean, the site shut down. So I don't know how their shipping's gonna be. So I don't know how soon I'm gonna get them. But if I get them before the sale ends, then I'll definitely share them with you. Otherwise, we're just gonna do 2 separate videos. The products that I just picked up, so you can see them ahead of time, and then the ones that come after. You know the drill. Like, don't worry about it. I'm going to share all the products that I picked up. But there you go. Those are my recommendations for products to pick up during the sale. Otherwise, I mean, get what you want. Re-up on some products that you know you're going to use. Again, the sale is not really a time to just go berserk and just overspend. But if you get joy out of it, don't let anybody dull your shine, girl. Don't let them yuck your yum. No, enjoy yourself. Have fun with it. But these are the products that I would recommend you check out if you were curious, if you were on the market for like a blush, a new concealer, a new foundation, some skincare, some lip products, which are so exciting. I know I left them for the end, but I've been really into lip products, and yeah, those are some fantastic lip products, and I feel like they're universal, like everybody can enjoy them. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys found this video entertaining and helpful. I will go ahead and leave links to all the products down below in the description box, and I will also tag them in the YouTube shopping links so you can just pop over and shop using my links. Those are all affiliate links, okay? So I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. It's a great way to show your support for the channel. You can also support your favorite creator that way. Shop using their links. I hope you shop using mine, but it helps me to put right back into the content. So I really appreciate you guys using my links. Thank you so much. I also have channel memberships and super thanks. So that's another way to contribute to the channel. I truly do appreciate it. And I will leave links to my Instagram and Twitter, your way should be following me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys. I'm going to try to edit this right now and upload it over by my mom because she has really fast internet. So fingers crossed I'll get this up tonight.